The party has infiltrated Tree Razor's Witchbowl Fortress after its surprise appearance on the outskirts of Keonan's capital city. The Witchbowl's sudden appearance escalated the war, but Queen Talindia Adisaril is hopeful that the absence of Tree Razor on the battlefield heralds his gambit may have overstretched his resources. As the Queen and army worked to safeguard the capital and contain the demon armies, the party rushed into the fortress, hoping a decisive first strike would at least buy the Elves more time, if not tip the balance in their favor. Winding their way through veins inside the giant corrupted tree, they've destroyed fungal forges of corruption and closed gates to multiple abyssal realms. Now they are locked in combat with a pair of giant fungal worms and what appears to be a combination of a mushroom nursery, laboratory, and research chamber. And we pick back up at the top of round 3. Vanarel, you are currently grabbed by one of these worms after Dezi switched places with you.
Yes, I popped over here at the will of some powerful magics, and now I find myself wrapped up by a giant worm. I'm sad to say this isn't a unfamiliar feeling, but if I'm looking at my very familiar situation closely enough, I think this means, am I close enough to actually go toe-to-toe with this thing, so to speak?
Because it has you grabbed, you can attack the grabbing appendage, yes.
All right, well then I would love to chop that thing and maybe even chop it off. So even though I'm grappled and crushed by this thing, I have a rapier and a hammer, and I'm going to use them. I think only one of them is going to hit.
You hit with the hammer, but not with Castrovel's beacon.
All right, I'll give it 30 to begin here. And then, still being thrashed about a bit, I will use a second sting upon the tendril branch. I don't know. I just want to be let go. And I'll see if I can continue chopping this thing down.
I will hit again. This time with Castrovel's beacon.
GMA. Oh, low rolls, but I'll take any extra damage on this thing I can manage. And then with the third and final, the same kind of second sting is kind of pull the rapier out and just slam the hammer down on top of the hole I made in this thing's arm. That's going to miss, but the second sting will kick in, just dealing a 12 from Castrovel's beacon.
Okay, just do it this way. Yes, so as you slash and bash this thing, you think you've seen this already. You saw this from last time when Bea was a phoenix and tried to burn this thing. The fire on Castrovel's beacon seems to have no effect on this creature, but your weapons still as a whole are leaving smoking dents, and seems like it is allergic at least to some aspects of your weapons. You're pretty sure you've seen in the past that the cold iron aspect at least is doing a lot of heavy lifting for you here as it burns this creature in ways that the fire couldn't.
Okay.
And that was all yours, so we're over to Daegron.
Okay, so we've got the one almost dead here. Daegron's going to do a leap up towards it and try to cut it
one
down
thing
from
before
the
we
ceiling.
need end of turn.
Yep.
We need to deal with Vanarel's end of turn effects. So give me your save against the spore clouds in the room.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It smells terrible in here.
That it does. And that's a critical success. And then also the spore cloud from this creature. And here is that one. The room smells bad, these creatures smell bad, and you're fine from both again this time. Sorry about that, Daegron. Go ahead.
No worries. And as he's leaping up, he'll strike at it and try to cut it down here.
That will hit it. Jumping high in the
Okay,
air to hit this
41.
creature. And that one falls to the ground dead. And you have discovered that the cold is what it takes to stop the regeneration. You had cold on this one, so this one has just fallen to the ground. You see ice covering it. You do not see it stitching itself back together. This one lies defeated.
Okay, and then as I have one action left here, we'll go around this pond, get to here for this turn. Just moving around to go flank from the other side with Vanarel.
Okay. Up next, we have Bea. Bea's player is out tonight. I will do my best to try to play Bea effectively. Let me just check. So Bea is enfeebled 2. Bea is not currently grabbed. Bea is inside the creature. And it says Bea's spell strike is charged. I will trust that. So Bea might as well spell strike a frostbite. That sounds good to me. So she will strike out with the Searing Blade, which we know won't do much with the fire aspect, but if it hits, at least it will channel the cold energy of the spell into this thing. And with a 44, she will hit, doing 23 points of damage up front. And let me find her spell, and it will need to make a save against that. But it's going to take half damage. But it still takes some, and that also makes sure it does not have its regeneration on. And with one action left for Bea, she's probably going to need to fly to maintain her altitude. So I don't see a way to recharge Spell Strike at the moment, so she'll just fly a little closer over to Daegron. Dezi.
Yep, Dezi was gonna hit it with cold, but seeing as Bea's kind of taking care of that, they're a little more trusting in their crossbow. So they'll take careful aim at the thing on the ceiling there, now that they're far away. Thanks, Vanarel, sorry about that.
Oh, wait, sorry. I realized I forgot 2 other people's sets of saves.
Oh, sure.
Daegron, here, you first. I'll also roll Bea's at the same time, because it's right there. So the poison in the room.
Oh, no.
Bea will use the hero point from the start of the session. Daegron was unaffected, and Bea is now unaffected. And then the spores from the creature. I'm sorry, I'll try to make sure I get these without having to backtrack every time. Here's the save for the second set of spores for Daegron and Bea. Bea is going to fail this one. Daegron succeeded. So Bea is not going to progress further. Bea had already failed this last time. That was where the Enfeebled 2 is coming from. This one is not stacking stages on the disease. So, okay. Sorry about that. Dezi, go ahead.
Hey, ruin my narrative. No, that's fine. I will line up my shot, seeing as Bea has hit it with cold, and I'll fire my trusty crossbow, I say, hoping it's actually trusty. That seems fairly trusty. Yep, 48 hit. Looks like it hits. And I am slowed 1, so I'm only going to get 2 actions. I got whammied by this disease thing. However, 33 damage, looks like it gets bumped up, probably due to the cold iron. And I'll just spend my last action reloading.
Okay.
And then I
your
will
saves.
Take...
Yep.
Yeah.
Here's the poison save.
I mean, I don't think I can... Oh, poison I can, never mind. Disease, I am already stage 2, but I got critical.
That's true. So yeah, we don't need to make you roll against that one. Okay. It is up next. It does not heal that, and it currently has Vanarel grabbed. So
yep.
It doesn't really, and let's see, the other most important thing, has this one used that ability today?
Yes, it is healed.
They both have? Okay, yep.
Yeah.
So it can't heal itself. It has you grabbed. It doesn't actually have a fun swallow hole style gnaw on you thing. So I think it is going to, release the grab on you as a free action here.
Oh, it becomes very important. How high up in the air did it grab me?
I think you were. I don't think it had pulled you up off the ground, so I think you're still on the ground.
Okay.
It hadn't moved you; it had just grabbed. But now it's out of your reach again, and you heard it. It didn't like that, so it doesn't like leaving its limb grabbing you. Instead, it's going to. Bea's heard it more, so it's going to go for Bea again, starting with a tentacle strike, which is going to miss, and it will try a second one. And that is also going to miss. It is not happy about this. It's going to retreat a little bit, I think. So it's going to climb around the ceiling, trying to get away from all these things that are hurting it. It can move 25.
Bea has an AOO, I know that.
Yes, I will take that. No one else, I think has it in reach.
I think I was already out of reach of it. So.
Yes. I don't think I had it target. I think I had Bea targeting Bea. That doesn't matter. 34 will miss, so Bea missed. Vanarel.
Therma's Bane doing its job a little bit there.
Yeah, it took 16 points of acid damage, and it is still dripping with acid from trying to grab you last time around.
All right, well, I guess I will follow along the ground a little bit here. Let's see if I can... Oh, wait, that is the...
There'll be some walls there, the giant trellises carrying the weird version of fungal mushroom roses. Maybe it's what's emitting all the bad smells here.
I will get to that and maybe regret my decision of standing right next to it, but that gets me between the fact that it's up on the ceiling and only a little bit away on the map. I still have it in range, and if it doesn't like grabbing me so I can do that up close, I am just gonna bounce my hammer off it a couple of times and see how it likes that. Get down here.
That will hit it.
51.
Maybe a little surprised that wasn't a crit, but that was... Yep, there you go.
I wasn't sure. I'm a little disheartened that is it, but that's okay. I'm still hitting it, and that's the important bit. So the hammer comes back. I'll just catch that and send it right back down that thing's gullet.
That will hit again.
Another hit there. Okay. He can't get away from me forever.
You continue to see it kind of deflate. Each time your hammer punches into it, it leaves a depression that seems like the rest of the body then deflates to equal out rather than it coming back out. It does feel like you are sapping it of its life, of its body mass, and this thing is just kind of starting to wilt away a little bit.
All right, that was all my actions there.
Okay, end of turn. Poison save.
Right. Oh, standing next to these mushrooms was a terrible idea.
That's still a critical success for you there. And the spore save. You're totally fine. Daegron.
Okay, seeing Vanarel has it on the back foot, he's going to go charging forward and leap up after it, trying to, as he did with the previous one, chop through some of the stalks that are holding it to the ceiling here.
Just checking. So you're still doing that as an attack roll. You're not trying to do like a creative trip to knock it off the ceiling.
No, yeah, just an attack roll, just to shear straight through him. 44 damage on the first attack.
And well, it does fall to the ground with a thud as you have killed this one. Do you have any actions left?
Nope, that would be all of them.
Okay, so end of turn. We just need the one save from you now for the... Why is that not sending it to chat this time?
For the room itself.
There it goes. Okay. I don't think I'm going to have you leave initiative just because there is always the problem of the room to deal with. So you have killed the two defenders of the room. It is a large room. Let me zoom out a little bit on the map here. As you can see, the southeastern corner does look like it's more of the research area. There's tables, there's books, there's all kinds of items up there. You have the weird trellises on this floor. You also have the two pools. But because we have to roll for poison every round, we will stay in initiative. Anything else from you, Daegron?
Nope, that's all. Everything I can do there.
Given that we don't have Bea's player here, I think I'm going to, unless you have something you want Bea to do, we're kind of going to ghost Bea for a while. I won't have her make the poison rolls, but she's also not helping out in the room unless there's something that you need her skills in particular to do. So we will jump over to Dezi.
I think I'm going to try a hypercognition for a whole bunch of knowledge checks, because figuring out how to turn off this smell would be good. I'm going to look over at the research area and try to figure out maybe what was going on there. Actually, I'll stride closer to there first, just to... I lost myself behind the thing.
I'll move him.
Thank you. So I can get to there with a single move. Did it move me? No.
Mushroom wall.
Mushroom walls, yeah.
Oh, mushroom wall. Oh, am I just right in front of it?
You're right in front of it, yes.
Yep.
Okay, how about this? Okay, yeah, I could still get to here in a single move, I think. Yeah, single diagonal. Okay, so yeah, I'll hypercognition to figure out research area where the smells are coming from, the lake and the mushrooms. Maybe a couple in the research area. And I guess I will give you, it's 6 I get with this?
Yep.
Up to 6, yeah.
So I will start with a nature one for the poison.
Okay, that's not going to be good, but I'll try it anyways. Or at least not great.
You're not sure, but you do know a lot of times any sort of like powerful magical winds can often clear these kind of effects. It would come back over time, but it might buy you some time. That's okay. Your best bet on that point. You think burning the red mushrooms on the lattices would likely generate an even worse smell, but once that clears out, that might be another way to clear it out, but you're not sure how long that would take to dissipate.
And then we'll do probably at least a couple on the research area and a couple on the ponds here.
Sure.
If there's...
the research area, that would also be nature.
Okay. Is there a second I can do on that, like occultism, religion, arcana, anything
I'll
like that?
allow a religion as a secondary on that.
Sure.
I mean, you can tell there's all kinds of books and items up there that you think would take more time to actually look through to learn about. But the overall feel, you think this is likely where those Jaharlu spores that you encountered underneath Green Gold that burst, and that burst up all throughout Keonan. You think those were manufactured in this facility. This is where they bred and spread those city-destroying spores.
Okay. And how about these lakes? Anything I can tell about them, kind of?
Sure.
Or
once again, nature, I would take maybe survival as well.
I'm not sure I even have that skill, so I do not. I will pass on the survival.
This is thick sludge You suspect there's definitely fed with a fertilizer of corpses of sentient beings, and it's part of what was used to nurture the Jaharlu spores.
Okay.
You think it is more gross than poisonous in and of itself, or any negative effect, but you do remember that the tetracycluses were trying to push people into them. You're not quite sure if that's just because it's difficult terrain or hard to get out of, and they were just trying to control you, or if they were mindless about that, but you're not detecting any sort of negative effect from being in there.
Okay. Last thing, I guess, just the mushrooms, because I think I'm at 4.
And I
try it.
All right. I think you're.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. On the mushrooms. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Nature. You're gonna keep rolling nature on these.
Fine. Not my thing, but that's all right. I'm okay at it.
The bulk of the mushrooms in here look like they are being used as kind of reagents to help combine and create into this other Jaharlu spore. It looks like the Jaharlu spore on its own might not breed true, and it has to be created anew each time by a weird process, magical process that involves multiple different kind of demonic fungal mushrooms. And this is kind of where they keep their supply of these base ingredients.
I'm not going to go into like my last action. I'm just going to kind of relay this information, as much of it as I can.
Well, I think you're still slowed, right? So you only have the 2.
Oh, you're never mind. I only have 2. Yep. Okay.
Yep.
I'll give a quick. Yeah, I can't really do anything with that. Yep. Sure.
Vanarel.
All right. Well, while Dezi and presumably Bea, but we know that they're sort of in silhouette mode right now, are doing their magic know-how thing, Vanarel, I think, is just going to move across to the kind of like center northeast-ish part of the room. Not to go wandering off too far, but just to play lookout here a little bit. I'm going to take 2 actions to get to where I am now, and then for the third, I'm just going to try to listen for anything that might be, or hopefully is not coming down this big hallway off to the east here.
Sounds good.
Just trying to pull a little guard duty.
Yeah, so you're looking around, you're listening. You heard a little bit of a shudder kind of pass through the walls. There are times when it feels like you're inside a creature, other times when it feels like you're inside a tree. And you had the brief shudder. It did feel like the witch bowl is reacting to your presence, but not in a way that felt like it's alerting people. More just like the shudder of like a shiver, like something has struck the witch bowl and it's nervous, but you don't see or hear anything reacting to that at the moment.
Okay, nothing else is going to come and try to stomp on us. That's the important part.
And if that's all you have at the end of your turn, we will have another poison save.
Yep.
Okay, Daegron.
Okay. I believe, did you say the pools of liquid were survival?
Yes.
Okay, I've actually got pretty good survival now. He noticed they were trying to push him into it, and he kind of managed to just barely keep himself out. But let me see. Let's do a survival. See what would have happened.
Yeah. So, as Dezi was seeing, it seems like it's thick sludge, it's watery liquid infused with some form of demonic essence. But as far as you can tell, it seems like it is mostly just greater difficult terrain. It's not, I mean, of course, if you were submerged in it, you'd have to hold your breath or suffocate. So it has, but it's not that deep. It's only about 3 feet deep. So it wasn't a major threat other than just trying to control you, it looks like, is kind of what was going on there. However, you do notice that there are kind of filaments that at the very, very bottom that maybe would try to latch onto you, but you don't think that was their real purpose. But now that you see them throughout this entire room. And it does feel like this also might be a minor source of collection of other energies that maybe is helping feed the whole fortress.
Okay, yeah, he'll let everybody know. We should see what we can do to sabotage this room before we leave. But that's all he can do for this turn. That's a 2 action.
Yep.
Get the poison. Ooh, it's unfortunate.
That is a critical failure. Are you re-rolling or taking that? Nope. I think you only fail on a 1, and the 1 becomes a critical fail. So, okay. Do you want Bea to do anything? Bea could desiccate the room. You know, that's a spell Bea often has. Bea also has, I think Bea has one ability. It's not as strong as the regular air to clear a whole room, but I do see one spell that could maybe buy you a couple rounds of no save needed.
I mean, I think desiccating the room is the best option. We think that'd probably kill the filaments too.
Oh, wait,
I'm
sorry.
assuming.
Yes, there's the desiccate. Yep, okay. So Bea will desiccate the room.
And then she can fly out if she doesn't want to be in this area.
Yeah, I will have her make the... So I'm not going to make anything make the save. You do see just all of these trellises covered in the red mushrooms. They fade away, they wither away, and all you see left is these weird trellises that look like they're made of bones and sinew rather than wood and lashed together. But there's no longer any mushrooms growing on them, and you see all the filaments that Daegron had seen kind of twitching at the bottom of the lake. They've also receded into the walls and dried up. So you feel like you have, and once again, you feel the whole witch bowl shudder even more. But again, it's not the shudder of an alarm or of it's just like a shiver. And you can tell that you've done something to the fortress as a whole. She will still have to roll save here. And she is out of hero points, so she is taking double the poison damage.
Was this poison damage or the disease?
This is the poison damage.
Oh, okay.
The disease is gone because the disease was from the creatures.
It was from them. Gotcha. Yeah.
And you said you wanted her to start flying out of the room. Do you know which exit you want her to leave from?
Oh, right. No.
In that case, I think she's going to fly closer. She'll fly in between Vanarel and Daegron as the safe place to be with options. Dezi.
Dezi's going to let people know that the stuff on the benches is about the disease and suggests that Vanarel and Daegron help collect some of the research material because we could use this to counteract. Also, that takes an action. Then I will...
So yes, once you come up on top of here and look around, you do see a number of loose items scattered among the three benches here. You see a scythe, you see all the books, you see an eyepiece, and some other unusual... You see a wand, and you see some vials of some liquid.
Okay. So, and then my last action, I'm gonna get the Wand of Cleanse Affliction from my belt. That's that's a free action. So that's one to move, one to kind of relay information and suggest people start collecting things, and the free action.
And you only have the two.
Wands
Yep,
of
there you
Cleanse
go.
Affliction.
Okay, end of turn. Poison save. Okay, Vanarel.
Okay, well, I was gonna ask Dezi if we should start grabbing the stuff off the tables, but seems like we've got our answer. I will move to here, and if this is one of the tables where you can still grab some things, I'll just start clearing that off. Just start pulling books and whatever strange materials.
You can spend one action to grab anything but the books. The books, there's a lot of them, and I believe that would be the equivalent of about 20 actions to grab them all. So
okay.
If you want
I'll
to grab...
start with the things that are more manageable then.
Yes. And I would also give you a free perception check while you are grabbing things.
Okay. Should this be just open or hidden?
There's the one you can click on.
There's the button right there.
Yep. Nothing out of the ordinary for the things you're looking at the moment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just focused on pulling the most important things off of this table, so that's my other two actions there, I think.
So give me a save at the end. And what did you grab from the... Did you see the loot actor? You can grab something from there?
Okay, it was specifically from the... Okay, I wasn't sure if it was these exact items or not.
These are the exact items. So you can grab any two, it sounds like, if you have two that aren't the collection of fungi from the outer rifts. That's the...
Okay, so yeah, I will pull... I mean, the scythe is big and unwieldy. I can just hold on to that, and I'll just grab the eyepiece just because that's the next one I see on the list here.
Okay. Daegron.
Okay, seeing as everyone's kind of gathering over there, he's going to follow with the group. 50, 25, and he'll come up next to this table here and start looking through. I'll grab two of the other items that are in here.
Was that a single move or a double move for you?
That was... Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'll take one because it's a double move.
And you can also give me a perception check upon arrival there.
Okay.
As you are grabbing things, something catches your eye underneath the other table on the southeast side. You see a very spiky, large spore of some kind. It looks like it's not attached to the wall. It's not growing anywhere, but it is a very... And it looks a little different than all the Jaharlu spores you've seen. So you don't think it's another one of those, but it does seem to be some sort of thing that was built here that you see under that table.
Okay, yeah, he's going to quickly point it out to Dezi and Vanarel and Bea as Bea's coming over here.
Okay. Once again, I think I'm going to have Bea just back following and doing nothing. Oh, we do need your save, and we won't have Bea do a save since Bea will not be participating at this point, unless there's something you want her to do, basically. And you're fine. Okay, so we skip Bea, back to Dezi.
Dezi's going to use the Wand of Cleanse Affliction. That'll at least lower the rank to 1, and I get a counteract, or the level to 1. Roll the counteract check. Probably not, but you never know.
Let me see the DC by level. Actually, I guess we can go with just its DC. Yeah, that is a fail. And so a failure would be a rank 7 or less. That would be a fail.
Do I want to burn a hero point here? It still goes down to level 1, which I think just makes me enfeebled 2. Is that correct?
Yes, enfeebled 2, no longer slowed.
And that's fine. I can deal with the rest of that later.
Okay.
And that was both my actions. Next turn, I'll get 3.
Yep.
And I need
Poison
to
save.
Yep, it's there.
That is a fail. As you're choking and coughing your way through this room, looking around, you grabbed a fair bit of things. You know, there's still all the books. There is some vials, and there is the seed pod if you want to grab them. Vanarel, what are you thinking?
Oh, well, there's still some things. I don't know about the seed pod. That just...
Start getting the books. Maybe we can figure out what the seed pod is after this.
Yeah, if the unusual substance in the on this table is something I can pick up, it sounds like it's a pile of sludge. Which
no, it was vials. It's 6 vials of some fluid.
Oh, okay. I will start grabbing those since those look contained.
Okay.
Would that be 1 for each?
I would say it's gonna be 1 action per. Yep.
All right. I will start carefully collecting those and tucking them away in pouches so that they don't break into one another.
So let me ask, at this point, is the intention to grab everything here and then get out?
Yeah.
So you have 4
That's
four
my
goal.
impression, yeah.
So that's 12 actions per turn. It's probably going to take you two turns in here to finish grabbing stuff, and probably let's even call it 3 turns to grab everything and get out. So if you want to just give me 3 of the poison saves each,
sure,
we can call that done. I am going to roll those on Bea because Bea is having to help to get that many actions done. I know most of you are going to critically succeed most of the time, but just want to get this going a little faster and get us out of initiative because that's always a little on the slow side.
Yeah.
Okay, so starting with...
I'll you 1 more. Hold on. Sorry. Okay. There we go.
I'm going to put up three rolls of damage, and you just go down your own saves in order, apply them respectively. I'll handle Bea's. Everyone understand how that's working?
Yep.
Yes.
Confused me because Bea was rolling damage, but I got it.
Bea has fail, and crit success.
I did have to use a hero point to turn one of my natural ones into not breathing poison, so...
Yep. And then you can finish grabbing the rest of the stuff.
It's going in my bag, so we'll have we have the capacity with the knapsack, which can hold up
the
to
20
50.
bulk of the books is the only one I'm a little worried about, but you have capacity for that?
Knapsack holds up to 50. I've only got about 10 in it, so yeah.
Great. Drop it all in there.
Did it go where it's supposed to? I hope so.
I'll take that seed pod. I was gonna grab it.
Oh yeah, that's right, the seed pod. Yeah, go ahead. You spotted it. And then do we want to exit northeast rather? We came in southwest.
You came in southwest.
Yeah. I'd say let's get out of this fog, and then as soon as we're far enough away where we can do some healing, I'll do that healing.
I didn't hear anything coming from that northeast passage, if that's the way you want to get out of here.
It's the closest one.
Good as any.
Okay.
Yep.
So we are out of combat. Let me move you as a whole kind of up to that side just so I have you in a clump again. So you're out of the effect of the room.
I'm gonna cast a couple spells to heal quickly.
Yeah, go ahead.
There's reason not to. And I can do this the good way. So, Daegron, just hold off on that.
That's a very good roll, and it's a cheap healing potion. That was almost perfect. I was 3 off from max.
You keep it then. I will do a rank 7 heal. Resounding on... let's do primary Bea, secondary me. Actually, primary Bea, secondary Daegron. 2 action on Bea. Select other variant. 1 action on Daegron. And then I'll do a full rank heal. Oh, I didn't get Bea all the way there. Oh well. Actually, everybody's down a little bit. Let's just do a 3 action heal on everybody. If I can find my spells. Got too many spells. Here we go.
And while that's going on, Vanarel, can you give me a nature check or survival?
Sure can.
As the token ranger of the group? and then everyone apply that healing.
Survival.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to ask if that should be a hidden one or not. But
That's fine. Yeah, you're just observing the walls of these tunnels you're in, and it is looking like they are starting to dry out a little bit. Before, they were always covered with some amount of slime or sludge, and it looks like that's just starting to dry up a little bit. So you do feel like your efforts here are changing this place. Whether that's good or bad, you don't really know. You're hoping it's good.
Should we try to get out? It's in the afternoon. I mean, I could go further, but it seems like this place is getting more and more aware of us.
Might be for the best. I think we've done good for the first day.
Touching base with, if there's any intel outside, that would be good to have too.
yeah, I think we've given it something to recover from for sure. And I'll point out the stuff along the walls there. I think we have this thing slowed a little bit.
Hey, Orb, do you think you can teleport us? I will have like an intellectual conversation with my Orb to discuss whether I can be teleported out. I'll try using the teleport from the Orb, which I think does interplanetary at this point, if that matters. Let me bring it up. And try to go, obviously, to our rooms. We have that as a central programs location for this, basically.
I am checking if this is going to work or not, because I know there is something that blocks teleportation to begin with.
I will tack to Lotus, basically, yeah, Lotus Gate in Kyone, and it'll do interplanetary. So, if you aren't on the same plane, relevant.
But there was something that...
Yep.
Yes, okay. Because you had destroyed the nexus of the Rift Portal Network, that was the mushroom that was doing the laser beams at you all last session. Because you have destroyed that, teleportation is not blocked. So you have teleported out. Let me switch back to another map for you then. Where's my Keonan map? I don't think I've used that one recently. I'll just put you on Lake Incarthen, or the Incarthen region map. So you have teleported out back to the heart of the capital city, to one of the main teleportation networks, which are currently shut down. So the gates themselves have been blocked by the Queen to make sure nothing comes in through them, but it's still a well-known destination that you can teleport to. As you arrive, you are instantly surrounded, and then by some very nervous guards, but who then quickly back off when they realize who you are. And what do you say or do?
I think we need to talk to the Queen or whoever's leading things. We've got intel and would be curious to hear theirs.
We need to get this spore to some researchers. I wouldn't bring this to the Queen.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, but we should set something up with the Queen. Are one of you capable of doing that? I look around at the guards around us.
You want us to fetch the Queen, or you want me to bring the spore somewhere? What's going on?
We need to drop the spore off with researchers. And you all need to tell the Queen that we need to speak with her.
Yes, we can send a runner to see if the Queen is free.
At her earliest convenience. I understand she's busy.
You're all used to just calling on the Queen like that? That's really amazing.
I mean, this information feels important. We don't do it. Okay, we kind of do it all the time, don't we, Daegron?
It happens, but really it's more we're available for her at all times.
And so they send a runner off, and shortly thereafter, Mian appears. And, okay, I will return to your duties guarding. I will deal with the heroes here. My apologies, she says to the four of you. I don't think they are as used to your coming and goings, and, the way heroes can punch through bureaucracy is a wonderful thing, isn't it? Come, let's leave them to their duties.
Yes.
The sooner we get out of here, I think the sooner they will calm down. And so Dalamian leads you out from this point to just a small kind of receiving room. It's not one you've been in before. You're back. It sounds like you have important news. The Queen is still off leading some of the reinforcement efforts around the border. I think she'll be back in 2 or 3 hours. Is your information so urgent we need to go find her, or are you fine to wait here? Or in the city?
No, that's fine. We were looking to mostly make sure the Queen knew that we had somewhat urgent information. The meeting with her soon would be a good idea. Didn't need her to come to us, but scheduling something I figured was a good idea.
We will make sure she knows. Yes.
We do have a spore, Daegron, that... Do you want to...
It's different than all the others we saw. If there's anyone who could study this, I don't know if Libiel would like to have a look at it, but...
It was in a room with a bunch of books, which I can also provide you about the Jaharlu spores. So maybe they could be used to, reverse engineer and come up with some sort of cure for this.
Oh, you did mention Libiel. She leans in. You think she would eat it?
Yeah, maybe she's not the best for this, Daegron. She does like putting spores in her mouth.
Look, I don't agree with it, but it's gotten us results.
It has, but we only have one of these, and I'd hate to see it ingested.
Maybe a group setting, not just alone to her.
I will gather some researchers and invite her to come along, and we'll see how that works. I will report back if they learn anything.
And I'll obviously give them all the books from my bag to kind of let them, which might take a while. I probably bring them to wherever they're planning to do the research and take the books out of my bag.
Sure.
It's probably the best way to do that.
So yeah, you stock an extra room with some books. I will say the books, you get some money for them. They will buy them off you eventually. So let me just add that to the party stash at the moment. The books as a whole were worth 13,000 gold pieces.
Ooh.
It's a large collection.
Wow.
All this money and nothing to do with it at this point. Daegron, buy 5,000 more healing potions. You got it.
I was just about to say, while we're kind of preparing, he's going to send an assistant out to a runner to go pick up a few just basic lower level healing potions.
Sure, I will share
him.
that money out to all of you. So if you want to, again, this is not major shopping, so it has to. I would say consumables are fine, but no new runes, nothing of that nature.
Yep.
So.
And I'm just going to delete the collection of fungi on the outer rifts.
Yep,
collection
that's fine.
On fungi.
Yeah, it would give a +3 item bonus on specific types of research checks, but
I think that's fine. Yeah, around 20 bulk seems a little bit. Yeah.
So yeah, you've
Still
sold
having
those
to
off.
hear.
Yeah.
And so what else are you wanting to do while you wait for the queen?
I mean, we did get a bunch of things, and I'd like to know what they are.
If people want to throw
let's head back to our rooms and clean up, check over this equipment.
We should probably be not covered in spores and slime while we talk to the queen. That's a good point.
Get what rest you can, because we'll be going out again fairly soon, I'm sure.
So you head back to your own house that you've been given while you've been working here. You spend some time freshening up. If you want to throw any unidentified items back into the stash, I can then get them.
Yeah, I'll do that real quick.
Able for Dezi to roll on them.
Yep, I'll grab the one from mine and put it in the stash.
I think that's the easiest way for me to trigger all the right rolls. The unusual substances are first, and that would be a crafting. It is some sort of liquid.
Oh, well, then can I do that? I'll try. I can try.
Yes, you do identify the liquid as Black Lotus Extract. This is a poison. It's a pretty high-grade poison. It's quite valuable. You might want to sell that off as well, and it can drain people, basically. Let's see.
That is quite pricey.
Next up on the list, let's do the wand that you found in there. Oops. It is a wand of Moment of Renewal, rank 8.
Oh, hey, look at that.
Let me delete.
Oh, I don't need scrolls.
I didn't mean to send it twice. Let's see. Anything else showed up here to be identified? Yes, the scythe, it looks like.
There's an eyepiece in the equipment.
Yep, I see it. Thank you.
Yeah.
This is a +3 major striking scythe.
Ooh.
I don't think you have major runes yet, do you?
Only in my
Apex item?
weapon.
Yep. So
yeah.
Okay.
this is your first major striking rune, so that does make it effectively 4 dice when you're rolling instead of 3 dice with the greater strikings. So
We should probably go to Vanarel.
And let's see, we still had, I just closed it. We also had the eyepiece. Of course, you don't have the time right now, you think, to transfer runes, at least not before you meet with the queen and all that stuff. So
Right.
whether or not there's time to use that, you're not sure.
That's fair.
And then the last one here, the eyepiece. You don't know what the eyepiece is.
Okay.
I imagine Bea would roll.
Bea and 10 minutes?
I'll try Bea to roll on it, because Bea takes 10 minutes. You only take one, but
one item.
let's see. I need to get Bea's character sheet open again. Give me 1 second.
We're waiting a couple hours anyway back in our little headquarters.
Yeah, the 10 minutes fits in just fine. Rolled one better, but still not enough.
Fair enough. Got an eyepiece.
Got an eyepiece. Yes, so time passes, you clean up, maybe you maybe you're resting just a little bit. Maybe it's a little bit of a cat nap as the tension fades away just a little bit while you're waiting. It's still an important time, but exhaustion is maybe catching up with you just a little bit. You've had some dinner and or whatever else you're doing to rest here. Maybe you're honing a weapon and just kind of the repetitive sharpening. That sound is maybe putting other people to sleep a little bit. Whatever it is, you're kind of rested. And at some point, Dalamian does show back up to escort you back to the strategy meeting with the Queen, and to see what the researchers have told you. Let me pull up her artwork again. I like to have that on screen when we're going through what's going on with Queen. Let's have her in I think she had the more aggressive stance artwork too. So let's use that one. It being the war. It's not that much more aggressive. So the Queen is back. She looks somewhat drained and exhausted. She has been flying around the city, casting powerful spells. She is about the same level as you all now. So in terms of a spell she can cast, I think I don't have her exact stats in front of me. I don't remember if she's level 19 or 20, but she is that level of a spellcaster. So she is definitely holding her own here, helping keep the population safe. But she does look like she has had a long day. I heard you had some success inside. What can you share?
Well, there was a whole lot going on. They were drawing energy from the void, and we were able to turn that off. There was a mushroom, and I can go through a lot of this. I'm going to give her a rundown of kind of everything we saw. I think there was one room. So we know the mushrooms from the void. There were the pits, which we weren't able to do anything about.
The forges?
The forges, yeah.
I think we killed the power to that. That's what we turned off. Was it not?
Oh, right. We killed the power to it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think.
Well, we were looking for that. We aren't sure if that happened or not. But there was the forges. We managed to shut the portals into the abyss that were feeding the fortress energy from strange allies that you wouldn't think would assist Tree Razor.
And I'll let her know about all the demon lords that we saw there. I know I took notes on that. We've got the list. I'm not going to go through it again, but there, all the different demon lords who were feeding power, it seems. And then there was also the room with the tendrils and the research on the fungus, which we handed over, and hopefully she's heard about that from whoever is researching it as well.
We have what I can add to yours. Well, first, we did see that the flow of spores and vapors and polluted liquids stopped midday. So I think, as you said, the combined efforts of your different infiltrations seems to have cut off the ability for it to continue to spread more poison throughout our lands. That seems very promising. We have still seen no sign of Tree Razor, no matter how much we baited at times the armies trying to draw out a response just to see what we're dealing with. So I suspect you still have some window before he is recovered from this gambit of his. I have turned off the Iodara network. Teleportation was already somewhat disrupted. I am surprised that you managed to find a way out, but it sounds like maybe those rifts had something to do with it. But the population is scared. It is taking all of our efforts to hold back the hordes of demons at this time. My scouts, they probably were after you and getting in. I sent 5 scouts in. None of them have returned. I am worried for them. Other than that, we have seen more and more demons appearing throughout the city. I'm not quite sure how they are getting in. It does not appear to be teleportation. I don't know if they're just using invisibility and sneaking past, or if there's other agents within the city that have hidden ways in for them. I do not think we need you dealing with that, but that is the added pressure I am dealing with.
Understood. It seems like disabling Tree Razors. Wow, I just blinked on the name of the big tree. What is it again? The Witch Bowl is probably our primary objective here. We've done a good number of things to it. Do we feel like I assume we might need some rest before going back at this point? Quick as much as it can be, night's rest before venturing back in.
I think that's probably for the best. Give the scouts time to get back on their own, and if they haven't, by the time we've rested up, we'll search them out.
And I'd like for myself and hopefully Libiel to recover from this disease, which I think we can probably do.
I've got it too, actually.
Oh,
So
okay.
you're-
Well, then all of us, yeah.
So your plan is to rest overnight and resume the infiltration tomorrow?
I think so. We
I think
do
that
have...
sounds good to me. I'm
Is there
nearly
anyone
out of
able to
spells.
transfer runes overnight or in some short period of time? These are high-level runes. I don't know if that's possible, but
I'm afraid we have no one free who
understood.
can handle that caliber of rune. If you were willing to leave it here with a weapon, we could probably get it done in 2 days, a day and a half, but not overnight.
Understood. Yeah, Vanarel, I guess it's up to you. You could also just grab one of these to use, correct?
One of the weapon, the scythe.
Yeah, the scythe, if you wanted to. Is the scythe one-handed?
No, it's a
don't
two-handed
know.
weapon.
Very much so.
Oh, two-handed.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
I mean, I've used them before, but just to harvest wheat.
Honestly, we could leave the scythe in the trident and see if they can transfer the major rune from the scythe to the trident. Would that make sense?
I'm not concerning myself with it, so
Yeah, I mean, but you
Go
could use
for
a
it.
trident, right? So yeah, it might be ready by the time we get back, and you don't have to give up any of your weapons. Would that work?
Oh, so let's leave it for now. We'll see what we wish to do with it. I don't think it'll be of any use to us right now, and if possible, I'd imagine we'd want to get it onto something that someone would use more as their main weapon. I know Bea's got that fire blade. That
that's
thing
true
might
too.
even
Yeah,
from this.
that's true. And I guess you'd prefer your hammer in your offhand and not a trident.
out
How's
of
it?
rapid succession.
Okay.
So-
Then yeah, I think we probably rest for the night and try to get spells back, deal with the afflictions and whatnot.
Yep,
Okay.
I bought some basic potions.
Yep, so you'll leave the meeting with the queen and you head once again back to your residence. What are you doing to deal with the affliction before you overnight? Or are you resting first and then dealing with it?
I'll probably grab what's a 7th level scroll? Let me look. Probably grab a scroll of cleanse affliction. I think you can only get hit by it once per day, but it doesn't hurt to have an additional one on me.
You can only benefit from the reduction once per day. You can
Oh,
you could
okay.
attempt the counteract multiple times, I believe.
Yeah,
let
I
me,
can.
let
I
me
can
double
buy
check
a
that.
scroll because it was
Yes.
7th level. Yeah, I'll grab one scroll for 600, and I'll try another counteract check, basically.
Okay.
Just because it'd be good to have a couple tries on it at least. I'm gonna. Can I just scroll up and roll that again? Let's see if I can find that, and I'll just subtract the gold for it.
Anything else anyone else is doing overnight while Dezi is looking into cleanse affliction?
No, I think Daegron just takes the night to recenter and clean his weapons and armor as best he can, and just prepare for the morning.
Okay. Also, we've had first hour of play. Anyone want to nominate someone for a hero point?
I don't know. We haven't done any. Everyone's done well on their own. So
Okay. I will
roll
just.
a d4.
I'm going to roll a d3. Yep. Hero point is going to Daegron.
Hey, I'll take it.
Sounds good. 36.
36
is too
was-
higher than 34.
It's still a
but, yeah.
fail, so you have not
I
you have
kinda
not gotten
figured.
rid of your own disease. So we're gonna
Okay.
say you've rested overnight then, so you can all restore your spells. You can press the button to restore all that stuff. In the morning, what are you doing before you leave the house?
I mean, we all need saving throws, presumably, for
Yes.
the disease.
So let me add that for you to roll for disease progression. Does everyone have this? I think everyone but one.
Everyone but Vanarel.
Okay.
I do not have that, luckily enough.
He
I
usually
will-
gets the worst of it. He's out on this one.
I will roll Bea's.
Was grabbed. That was my trade-off.
Well, that seems like good news.
Everyone has recovered from their disease before it got
Excellent.
worse. Let me take that off of Bea as well. Everyone else, you can click off you're enfeebled. I think that's all everyone got to.
And also, just keep your energy Aegeus on you. I use that in the morning. It's 24
Okay.
hours, so or till next day's rest, I think.
Okay. So your morning prep, you woke up, you all felt much better. You don't feel the tendrils of mushrooms beginning to grow through you that was causing the enfeebled or the slowed. I don't think you ever saw what stage 3 or 4 were, so that's a good thing. But
I think so.
you don't feel yourself. You don't feel you're starting to develop a fungal outer skin anymore. And looking outside, you hear screams and panic. You see skirmishers. You see corrupted fae, monstrous fungal threats, and bloodthirsty cultists pouring through the city streets. Do you want to spend a triumph point to help, or do you want to get underway with your mission?
Let's spend a triumph point to help.
This early with
Yeah,
them in the streets.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's building out into the streets. No, we have to do something about that.
Okay. So you spend about an hour helping to push back the invaders on the streets, and skirmishers are repelled before they can establish themselves in the city if they do not manage to get their own little enclave within the city limits. So you've pushed them back just a little bit. And but then you look up in the air and you see 3 demons landing on tall points of interest throughout the city. One on the city's palace, one on the Grand Library, and one on the temple to the Elven Pantheon. They are all, you can tell these demons are using this as a vantage point to watch the city and relay messages back to the army to help dispatch people. Do you want to help with that one? Or do you want to get underway on your mission?
Where are we? Oh, triumph points are.
You have
Where
5
are we
at
with
present.
triumph? And
I think that one is. So we can't. We're gonna chase them around all day trying to. That's something the city's gonna have to.
I'd
deal
rather
with.
deal with these and then we'll figure out the like. I think we should deal with these, but this should be our last. I guess is where I am on this, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of these demons hanging out on top of our buildings, let alone the one building where we know the queen is.
Yeah.
Yep, sounds good then.
Okay. And because you had some extra resources that actually helped you deal with this one. You had some magical water that was drawn from the Moonpool causeways when you dispelled the demons affecting the Fae. And that helped you finish this one without being costed a triumph point. And it went remarkably fast. It only spent you about 15 minutes to get rid of these 3 demons. And
Okay.
the initial invasion and all the development of extra demons in the city seems to have died down. You are free to begin your Oh, we did forget to talk about what you learned about that seed pod. The researchers, because this might matter right now. The researchers have looked at that seed pod, and they told you it was it's a uniquely corrupted arboreal seed. Some sort of arboreal kind of a pine cone or a walnut of some kind that had been from centuries ago, maybe even from that ancient pair of trees you heard about. It is highly valuable in its own right. It is unique. It's no longer fertile. You could not use it to replant and regrow the ancient trees, but it is still an interesting bit of history. However, Libiel would have been able to tell you, additionally, it works as a planar key. And with that, you can teleport into the Witch Bowl.
Well, that seems like a thing we should do rather than.
Well, Dezi, here you go.
Oh, I gotta. Okay, sure.
So we
I
use
mean,
the
I think
demon-
anyone could use this. Maybe I don't know. Either way, I will get us in.
It's in our. I just put it in our stash.
Let me identify it before you take it out of there.
Yep.
There it is.
Like these pod.
There it is.
So we use the demon walnut to get into the witch bowl and your orb to get out?
I think that's a good plan, unless they figure this out and stop us from doing it again. But
You also would have heard
Okay.
that the Elven scouts have not returned.
we should look for those scouts too.
Yeah, we should see what entry point they used. If they used the same, if they followed our lead, or if they went in through a different.
Oh, we could
Direction
maybe
cap.
track them once we get in. If we go in the same way they did.
Do you
That's my
want to
thinking.
do you want to spend time tracking down people who would know about their route, or are you heading straight in without that extra information?
I'm not yeah, if it's not readily available. I mean, it feels like we've
Spent a good time
We-
outside.
sort of been distracted a bit dealing with those other things. I think if nothing else, if once we're inside, whether we have that right entry point or not, that's one of the things that I'm definitely going to be spending my time as we explore, is trying to look for any elven boots on the ground there.
And so it sounds like then you're just going to teleport in. Do you have 2 castings of interplanar teleport prepared or available? One to get in and one to get out, or how is this going to work for you all?
So that seed pod we just got is sort of the guide in. It's not a
It's not a spell in of itself, no, but it's
Right,
the focus needed to teleport inside, because the interior of the Witch Bowl counts as a different plane.
No, I only have one casting of interplanetary, so I can get us in but not out, or out but not in. I think in but not out still makes more sense, right?
Well, we could save that for if they don't know we can teleport in yet. We can try to track the scouts as they went into the Witch Bowl.
I guess that is one way we could go about it. So, yeah, okay. We'll do that for today. We'll try to scout, look for signs of where scouts went in at this point around the outside.
Okay.
And then maybe we can find it ourselves.
So you begin your infiltration once again. You will need to navigate back through the armies. Last time you did some religion, I believe, and some perception. If you have other ideas on how you want to navigate through, just let me know. There are army encampments, polluted environs surrounding the Witch Bowl, and you need to find a way back to the entrance. If you will also want to be trying to start tracking the Elven Scouts at this point, you can do that, and that would get you credit toward finding them. That would not help you with the getting through the enemy lines, though. So it's up to you how you want to balance those activities here.
Maybe we focus. Oh, up to you. I think I'll work on the religion to avoid them. Then either survive. Yeah, whatever you and.
I can track them as we go in. If at least gives us a way that they were going initially. We don't want to lose them from the get-go.
That's fair. Daegron, Vanarel, do you want to keep an eye out, or what's your best?
Let's work on getting in first.
Agreed. I think we can let Daegron do the tracking while we try to get ourselves in.
And I will have Bea roll a
Bea.
stealth just for keeping people hidden and moving around.
Yep, that works.
So between Dezi and Bea's efforts, you will get through. So Vanarel, if you want to do something to try to help find the scouts, I can take a roll from you on that theme. Because Dezi and Bea, Dezi is finding the lazier demons, the less observant ones, the ones who just like to wreck and destroy things, and Bea is using those distractions to help you kind of go hillock to hillock across and get through the enemy lines and back to that swamp where that giant frog was, and find your way back to the entrance you used last time.
All right, in which case I'll be more nose to the ground here, keeping an eye out for any signs of what the patrol may have left behind in terms of tracks, and I'll toss a survival roll out there.
Neither Daegron nor Vanarel have spotted any signs of the Elven Scouts on the way in, but you have reached the interior of the Witch Bowl. What would you like to do?
I think Dezi is going to help look for the scouts with just a perception versus survival, if that makes sense. Look for signs of their passage, basically.
Sure.
Yeah, Daegron's going to do that. He's going to be trying to track them still. He'll turn back and say, well, we can see if we can find them. Maybe Bea, I don't know, Vanarel, if you can find maybe which ways some demons have been going, some more points of interest for us to investigate here. I think we're still in the dark.
I heard Dezi was trying to perceive things inside the Witch Bowl's interior. I haven't seen a roll for that yet. There we go.
This is for my tracking the scouts.
Yep. Okay, so Dezi, once you're inside, you manage to find some footprints that you can follow, and Daegron's confirming that those look like Elven Scout footprints and not like demon footprints. So you're able to start following. It's down a pathway you had not traveled down yesterday when you were here. Vanarel, how are you helping?
I was going to kind of keep while Dezi and Daegron are specifically following those tracks, I was still trying to make sure that we didn't get picked up on by anything else that's wandering around in here. Hopefully trying something along the lines of either, again, playing lookout with perception or a stealth, just to keep us in the shadows.
Yeah, give me the perception. That's probably better in this case. And Libya will give the same to help. And Bea getting a critical there. That is a great thing, because Vanarel's was a failure, which will also push one more point on that tracker, which I just did for myself. Okay, you do find your way, and first, something happens. Because of your failure there, suddenly, no, we already did that one. This must be 20 points, not 15 points. I must have stopped counting at some point. Let me just this then. It's probably not all the way to the next one yet. There we go. Okay. So sorry, nothing crazy happens, but let me get you in a new room that you've not seen before, and then we'll talk about what's happening here as you have tracked down these elves. Partway through the tracks, you do notice that they had split up, and then you later, on one of the ones you were following, you saw that they seemed to change from elven footprints to what looks more like demon footprints, and not like they've shapeshifted or transformed, more like they'd been captured and were being pulled somewhere. And let me get you
That's not good.
on the new map.
I mean, nothing in here is good.
We're in here.
Daegron, don't use logic. That's not fair.
The walls of this chamber appear to be sculpted from dark brown wood, polished smooth in places where it's not hosting growths of spiky fungals that look almost like large fangs protruding in all directions from the walls. 4 coffin-sized tangles of fang-like fungus protrude from the walls, tightly clutch elven bodies, one of which is conscious and screaming in pain.
Well, I want to know how to get them out and how to get them out safely, basically. So I'll try to recall what I might know about these things grabbing them.
Sure. Give me a nature roll.
Not again. I'll blow a focus point to roll this twice and take the better, because this seems worth it. Sorry, this one.
What's everyone else doing? Well, I mean, I know it sounds like you're probably waiting for Dezi to learn something, but is there other things you want to do? Let me know. Yes, so Dezi, I mean, you see that there are 4 of these, one of which has a screaming person inside, 3 which seem to have someone inside who's not screaming. You pretty sure that if you target it with any form of effect, it will harm the person inside. If you do damage to them, or if you even try to heal the elves inside, you think that will also trigger some sort of kind of devouring process of these. You think to disable it, nature checks repeated on each individual one could get them out. Medicine as well to try to pry the fungus loose without triggering it. Or finally, a very hard athletics check that might succeed, but if it fails, it probably backlashes badly. That's what you think you have options of. And you see...
Generally let people know this. I think Vanarel might be our best bet here.
Well, my instinct while you were doing that recollection of knowledge, my first instinct was to go to the screaming elf and try to do something to help alleviate whatever is happening to him.
Well,
I was going to try
like
medicine to heal, but maybe it'll be medicine to just disable the stuff that's happening to it.
So I'm first going to show the location of the 4 things that have elves inside of them. Those should all be visible on the map now. And the one that is screaming is this one right here.
Okay.
I'm going to put us into initiative just so we can take turns in case it ends up mattering. I don't know if it will, but I think this is probably the better way to run this. So go ahead and roll your initiative in. And where did Bea disappear off to? Is she underneath one of you?
Under me.
Okay. Thank you.
So you're there in the bottom right.
Well done, Vanarel.
There we go. Okay. So Vanarel, you are up first. What do you wish to do?
Yeah, just as I had mentioned, just getting straight to the screaming patient elf and just try to get them off get these fungus things away from them. I believe you said medicine was one of the options.
There you go. Yeah.
Not the best roll.
That would be a critical failure.
No hero points to do anything otherwise.
But in this case, that does not trigger anything bad, so nothing bad happens. But that was your 3 actions: 1 action to move, 2 actions to try to disable. Daegron.
Okay, he's just taking a quick look. It is a fungus of some sort that's actually gripping them, correct?
It is.
Or it looks like it?
Yes.
And he's kind of like, I don't know, Dezi, what do you think? Bea's desiccate spell is fairly powerful. If it wilted away, I don't see how they could strike back.
If it killed them outright, if it didn't, I don't know how they would react.
Yeah, true enough. Well, I'm ready to try to break one open, but it doesn't. I think that might be a last resort. He'll just move up near one, just so he's making some room in here.
Okay. Give me a perception check there.
Okay.
You're pretty sure the one inside that one is dead, and you see fungal filaments kind of pulsing as it seems to digest or absorb that elf.
Well, doesn't look like this one's any good, but I'll wait for Vanarel to tell me.
Dezi.
I mean, I think we're in a pretty good place. Desi's like, I think keep working, Vanarel. I'm just going to keep my eyes open for anything happening. You said they're digesting them, Daegron? Maybe we just, once the living ones are out, we can get rid of the other ones. And I'm not going to do anything. I'll just keep my eyes open. I'll give you a perception check if it matters. But
That's fine. Okay. Sounds like you're not asking Bea to do anything at present. So, yep, okay. So Bea's not going to try to desiccate all of them at once, and isn't currently going to try anything. So Vanarel.
All right, well, let me give this another shot here. Maybe with my colossal failure, now I have a better understanding of what these things, or how these fungus plants operate as, and I'm going to try to extract the prisoner elf with medicine. Is it this button that's... Yeah. Somewhere up here, okay.
I can send it back if you need it again.
Nope, it was right there, still in chat.
Okay, you know that was a very good roll, and that is a regular success. You know you need 2 to finish getting them all the way out. You're scraping away, you're slowly peeling back these fangs to release them without triggering the attack. You feel you've got them about halfway out, but that took 2 actions. You have 1 more, but you can't try a second one of those in 1 turn.
Right.
And you do know anything that tries to help the elf will trigger it to just clamp down hard. So what would you like to do?
Before you go again, I will give you a guidance for the next roll, figuring I think we made some progress.
But you can't do that in the middle of his turn.
Oh, sorry, 1 action left. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. I will try to, as I'm pulling these fungus out and getting more of a hands-on look at it, I'll try to recall knowledge on it, see if there's anything else we can learn.
Sure.
In this sort of like
give me a nature check on that.
Yeah.
Your best guess on how this thing would work is on your first failure that triggers the trap, it would knock a conscious elf unconscious, and it would kill an unconscious elf. As far as you can see, the one who's screaming is the only conscious one. So you could take 1 failure here that triggers something without killing him. The other ones, a single attack that does not destroy the fungus outright, or a spell targeting the elf inside. Either of those would end up killing the 2 unconscious elves that you've seen. Or actually the two that you don't know. You don't know about the ones if this one is unconscious or dead, and same with this one. This one is dead. This one is alive and screaming. You don't know the status of the other 2. But that's your understanding of the current situation.
Okay.
Daegron.
Yeah, I think as he's looking there and he sees this one appears to have been passed away, he's going to carefully move between the 2 here and come over next to the other and peer in at this elf and see if he sees any breathing or anything like that.
Give me a perception check on that. That one is still breathing, very, very shallow, and it was hard to tell. There's almost the twitching of the fangs of this fungus almost could have been giving the same impression of breathing, but you're pretty confident this one is still alive.
Oh yeah, he calls back over to Vanarel. When you finish with that one, this one over here is breathing barely.
Dezi.
Dezi will cast the guidance on Vanarel. We'll come here and check this one to see if they're alive.
Yeah, give me a perception.
Oh, oops.
That one is also alive. Unconscious, but alive.
This one appears to be alive too, Vanarel. I'll let you work.
He is doing nothing unless you tell her to do something. Vanarel?
All right, I've almost got this person out of this weird fungus trap, so that is what I'm going to stick with here, adding in Dezi's guidance to make sure we can get this guy free.
And you have gotten that one out. That was a good critical success. It takes a little bit of time. I'm going to go a little bit out of order here, but you have freed Elisiar. Looks like he's calmed down. He's not screaming quite as much as he used to. You're here. Please, save the rest of my unit. They stopped screaming last night.
We're getting them. We're getting everyone out. Can you tell us who or what it is that put you here?
We were caught by those elbow-mouthed demons as we infiltrated. We got in, we separated. I found what looked to be the heart of this place. There was more of those elbow-mouthed demons and another larger one giving orders around a twisted mass floating in the middle of the air. I was trying to get back to report, and they got me. They dragged in my 3 friends. Shortly thereafter, they screamed. I never heard what they found.
Okay, well, why don't we get you back here? We're gonna let Vanarel do their work. Does that sound okay to you?
Yes, please.
Okay, and I'll
Please
kind
free
of
them.
lead him out of the mouth room. Just to the edge. I don't want them going crazy and, trying to making things worse, effectively. So
I might drop out of initiative because it seems like you're just going to be letting Vanarel try, and no one else really has much to aid. It seems like at the time. Is that correct? Aside from Daegron maybe being ready with a last-minute ditch, pull someone out if something seems to go horribly wrong. Is that?
Yeah, he's just
correct?
basically going to be standing there as if it goes real bad, he's going to try to intervene. Whether he gets hurt in the process or not, he's going to try to get them out.
And I guess I would send Bea over kind of in the same boat I guess you're probably going for, I guess maybe Bea will go for the corpse, the dead one, under the same idea, while Vanarel works on the next living one. So Vanarel, if you want to move over to one of them and give me your roll. You are thinking, in case it matters, that it does look like the nature one, while it takes 3 successes, is significantly easier per attempt than the medicine one, if that matters for anyone's. But I don't think nature's anyone's strong point, so maybe that doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Certainly not for me, not in comparison to
sorry,
the medicine.
that was a mistake. I apologize.
Okay. Yep, so go ahead and give me your roll, Vanarel.
All right, friend, you are next.
That is a failure. As far as I can tell, yeah. So I'm going to say, if you're just going to keep trying this, it's going to take quite some time, but I think you will get them all out. It will take 2 successes. Critical fail might make that take sometimes 3 or 4 to undo the critical failure, but the critical fail does not trigger it consuming an elf, and they do nothing to you. So I think you have figured out a slow but reliable way to get everyone out of here.
That seems like a better approach when the risk is them dying if we screw things up big time. So yeah.
Most definitely.
As Vanarel finishes freeing them, Daegron will come over and bring them over towards the mouth of this cave to Dezi to get some medical treatment.
Yeah, and you would have all taken a little bit of damage. Moving around these does a small bit of piercing damage each time you move, but not each round. I wasn't rolling it because I know you weren't going to be running around the room willy-nilly, and the damage is not high enough to actually change anything, in my opinion. So it took you some time. You've retrieved 2 unconscious ones and 1 conscious one. You've pulled a heavily withered corpse out that also had some belongings on the floor next to him, and so you're outside the room. You're beyond where these fungus cages can respond to you. Dezi, you said you're doing some medicine to help them out. Are you doing healing
I wouldn't do
spells,
medicine. I want to know how best to revive them. I'm not sure if straight up hit point revival will work. If it will, I will do that. But
you think hit point revival would help them? At least the 2 unconscious ones. The dead one, hit point revival does nothing to.
Yeah, I'll use a 3-action heal then.
Okay.
Just to get everybody a little bit healed. Or do I want to do? Yeah, that's fine.
3-action would then fix any of our little nicks and cuts from being in here.
Yeah, that's true.
That would make sense.
I'll pull it from a 7th level scroll. Not that it matters, but yeah, I'll use one of my scrolls to do a 3-action heal. And we don't have to roll it. I'm assuming this is going to heal 78.
Yeah. So the other 2 will wake up. You'd be introduced to Undrial and Suziel. All 3 of them seem very traumatized by their experiences here, but with a little bit of careful questioning, you can get a little bit of information out of them. LSCR, mentioned he found the immense fungal covered stump, or maybe a knotted length of wood. He couldn't quite tell what it was. Floating in the center of a room, roots and fungal tendrils stretched, twitching into the walls. And it was defended by those elbow-mouth demons and a larger demon with wings and a flaming sword. Suziel would describe a room of 7 rifts, portals to horrible corrupted wastelands. He didn't see any defenders there and got caught when returning through the tunnels. You obviously recognize that Suziel must have seen the rift portals before you got there, because they were not turned off yet and did not trigger the defenders. And then Undrial, likewise, describes a large laboratory filled with tools and sludge-filled basins. Something large was moving. And again, that's another location you've been to, and you must have got there after Undrial. So that's what you've heard about. Only LSCR's description is one that you have not encountered yourself.
So I think I'd want to get as much information maybe about how to navigate there and how to get there from them.
Yeah, LSCR is able to describe it fairly well. Mechanically, that means you need half the number of successes to reach it than you would have without having the knowledge.
I've got the treasure actor open for the elf rogue, but rather than, I figure, put those identifies and then we can grab it out.
Yes.
Or do you want it in stash?
Nope, that's fine.
Okay.
Take a quick look, see if there's anything immediately useful. Otherwise, I'd say send it with the family.
Oh, that's a fair point. They might want to know what it is first, I'm guessing. Wise.
Yes, so what you found there, you found a +2 greater striking rapier and a +2 resilient leather armor. You're aware those are both kind of the general purpose issue for the elven scouts of this portion of the army. So that does seem like their expected gear.
We'll send it back with them then. Just it's their comrades. And hey, Daegron / maybe Vanarel, do we want to smash those things at this point?
Fungus cages?
Yeah.
Normally, I'm for the smashing of things, but I don't think it's going to do us any good. I think we have a target in front of us.
Let's go to that. Okay. Yeah. That sounds fine.
Strange. A stump or
floating
log?
stump. It looks like it was roots going into the tree, so I mean it's described as a heart. I guess that makes sense. Yeah, let's find that and see, or try to find that and see what we can do. How are we getting you guys out?
I don't know. We are weak right now. We are drained from our experiences inside those cages. I do not think we could protect ourselves at all, and I fear we may even be unable to be as stealthy as we normally would be.
We can backtrack the way we came in.
Potentially, but then they'd have to get through all the guards outside too.
Well, if we get outside, Dezi, could you send them back? It's just inside you can't.
Not easily. Not without going with them.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm not sure. I don't really want to bring them with us today, and I can't get all of us out, I don't believe.
Yeah, so what's the max on your if we had to say leave them somewhere near where we were going to be doing this fight and
Sure. Let me put the item up in the chat here. 8 willing. Actually, I can do all of us, can't I? 3 of them, 4 of us.
Yeah, you could.
Then we're...
They can try to hide away. I mean, I would help them escape, but I don't mean to be callous, but you are soldiers here. We do not need you to help us in the battle, but if we leave now, we lose the momentum we have.
Do you think you'd be able to stay with us, but behind us in a safe area, if anything breaks out?
We were only equipped for infiltration, stealth, and get out. We are not prepared to fight these demons.
No, we don't want you to fight. We want you to be with us, just not immediately next to us. Just stay behind the fights. I guess you're not in the best condition for that either.
There might be a way. So getting to the outer entrance of the Witch Bowl is just a matter of us following our way back. When we were infiltrating our way in, were we going right? Is it ground forces only, or is there anything through the air also that we had to contend with?
The armies that you were making your way through was fairly mixed types of demons. Mostly ground, some would have wings. As you saw, there were the ones who took to the air and were just across the tops of the capital's high points. You've seen more of that type of demon throughout the army. You've seen succubi, you've seen incubi, you've seen lots of winged demons. They were not actively flocking in the air, but there would be messengers flying time to time, or brawls breaking out, maybe some minor dog fighting as they get too bored with sitting still. But it was mostly a land-based army, but there's definitely still flyers.
Okay, because my thinking was when we made those other purchases of just some consumables, I did grab a couple of extra potions of flying in addition to the one that I already had. I don't know if there was a straight shot to the outside of the Witch Bowl, handing them each one of my potions and just saying, "Go. You know where to go once you're over Ayadara," like that.
That might be the best we can do if we don't want... I mean, this is important for the rest of the city, and we want to get these people out as safely as we can, but we also want to make sure the city doesn't fall. So I think I'd be okay with that. Basically, I think navigating to the edge.
Navigate to the edge, give them potions of fly. Do you have any other consumables you want to use to help them on their way?
Do we have any invisibility or anything like that?
There's 3 of them. I'll give them. I've got 4 potions of greater healing I bought. I'll give them 3 just so they've got something. If you get engaged, just drink them and run. Don't stop.
Okay.
He'll give 3 of those up to whether it helps or not. Who knows? But so.
Yeah, I'll cast. You know what? Actually, rather than doing that, why don't you just let me keep those because they're good for emergencies. I'm going to cast a third top level heal for 10d8 on them as well. So, I mean, I can roll the healing, but that's just, I'm using my highest rank heal, 10th level.
Okay. So first we need to navigate back to the entrance. So as all your other navigation ones, you're aware you can use survival or perception are the best ones. And we were allowing other things if you make the case for it. So you'll need 2 successes to get back. It's a place you've been before. You've started to learn the way, but the twisting passages here still make it a little tough. You can't just always retrace your steps.
Right.
Doing survival here.
What is that should be 2 higher. I apologize. My dice are automatically rolling rather than bringing up a dialogue.
Okay.
I need to fix that.
So 2 higher is enough. So Vanarel was unsuccessful, but Daegron and Dezi were both successful. You managed to find your way back through. You get back to that overlook. Let me just switch where you are on the map just slightly. And then we also need to change a counter as well. Okay, counter's been updated properly. And let me move you just over to... Oh, that's going to grab too many people. Back over to this map. So you brought them back to the entrance here. You gave them some potions of fly. You healed them. And you're sending them on their way. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Roll me. Let's have all 3 of you roll me, let's just say a d20. Each of you. Okay. We'll find out what that means later. So the 3 scouts that survived, and what are you doing with the one you pulled out that was dead?
No, I'll take him. I've got a thing that was still 40. Yeah.
Okay. You have an elf in a bag of holding.
Yeah, I'll take his body out and return it to them.
Okay, so it's about 1 p.m. now, given the late start of the day with dealing with the various invading elves, getting into here, finding a new location, spending a lot of time trying to get them all out of their cages safely, and then getting them back to here. What are you heading back into the Witch Bowl now, I assume?
Let's head to the heart. I think that's where we want to go.
So once again, for that one, we can take the survival or perception to navigate. I will allow religion this time as well, given the little bit more information you have about this. While the energy flows are mostly depleted and gone, there's a little bit more now that you know what you're looking for. And yes, that is going to get you all there. I don't see any failures this time, so I'm only upping our counter 1 level, just for the hour that's passed. Okay, let me bunch you up a little better before I drag you to the next location. You're getting better at navigating these twisty passageways, and you seem like maybe it's also the fact that you had directions this time, which definitely helps as well. And you have arrived at a new location. The passageway ends, looking out over a 50-foot diameter spherical chamber. The walls are made up of densely packed tangle of roots and branches that slowly flex, squeeze, and rub against each other, filling the room with the sound of trees creaking in a silent windstorm. At the center of the room floats a 20-foot diameter sphere of fungus-caked knotted wood, its tightly coiled roots and branches grinding and splintering even more violently and loudly than the chamber's outer walls. So before you move anywhere else, you do see, I'm just saying you can see some creatures. You took some effort to remain undetected, but getting any closer would definitely need stealth. So you see a lot of those elbow-mouthed demons, or mouthed elbowed demons. I forget which order I want to put those terms in. We share their artwork. So you see a number of these around the room. So these are 4-armed demons, horned heads, wielding multiple scimitars, and they have they have mouths invested inside the middle of their elbows that seem to want to always bite people. You've seen that much. And then in the center of the room, right next to that, right kind of near that knotwood, is another demon. I don't think you've seen this type before. It looks a lot like a Bremorak, which you have seen, but these are significantly larger, and Bremoraks don't have wings. So it is a kind of a goat or a ram-headed demon with thick black kind of angel-like wings, cloven hooves, spiked tail, good armor, and a flaming sword. They have not seen you at the moment. The other things you can tell, just mechanically, just like that shadow sphere we had a number of episodes ago, this is mostly a deep bowl with this sphere hanging in the middle. So you can climb or slide down the outer rim here. You can walk as difficult terrain under most of the rest of the side. But, reaching the sphere is going to require jumping or flying. What do you wish to do?
I mean, I'm assuming we're going to trigger combat. Dezi gives a nod and is like clearly going to cast a spell, which is going to have a verbal component. But I'll give everybody a chance to get ready or tell me not to.
Dezi, do you know what that big thing is?
Actually, I'll try a quick recall knowledge on that. I could do that.
Sure.
Religion work here?
You can give me religion on that.
Else?
And what is your level of training with religion?
Legendary at this point.
Yes. So yes, you can tell that this is a hazard of some kind. It looks like it is the corrupted heart of an ancient arboreal. You think to disable it, nature to exorcise the corrupted spirit trapped inside of it, or thievery to deactivate the runes scribed across it would make it better. You do think it is going to start lashing out at everything in the space. Well, at all non-demons in the space. You think it's going to randomly attack people with very, very thick, spiky tree limbs. You also think it might shriek when it first gets activated.
You said thievery, or what was the religion check for? Or
thievery or nature. Nature to exorcise the corrupted spirit within. Maybe I would allow religion, but it's going to be harder than the nature one.
Do we feel like I glance over at Bea, and I'm like, is that something you can handle? This is like a magical tradition type thing? Or no?
So the unified theorem she has is basically if something says, depending on the magical, depends on the tradition, use a different skill.
Okay.
This does not say use. This does not have that phrase.
Okay.
However, Bea, I believe, does have decent thievery. Let me double check that.
I didn't think so. Maybe I'm wrong.
Not
thievery. Yeah, Dezi has 30.
Yeah, so
27.
Yeah. Okay, so Dezi's is the best thievery there. Yep.
I mean, what's the best? Okay. Do I think I could do it with my thievery? Because it's only expert, so.
The thievery does not. I will tell you right now, neither the nature nor the thievery check require a given level. I won't tell you which one's easier or harder. I will say that religion would be harder than the nature one, though.
Yeah. Generally, you any good at this nature thing? I didn't actually look at this. We're plotting.
You two are very similar.
You're in there.
Yeah, Daegron will kind of look over and go, I can't handle that thing, but whatever that big demon is, I'll see if I can at least keep it busy while you handle it.
Okay, Vanarel, do you want to help me with this? Or unless Bea can probably fly over and help me with this as well. Maybe we're the best two to deal with that, and you all can keep the way clean. I believe I have. Yeah, I've got this.
So what are you planning to do to initiate things here? Basically, narrate me a good cliffhanger.
Yep. Daegron kind of crouches down near the entrance to this area here, and just kind of looks back and goes, "I'll go on you, Dezi."
Dezi activates their wings and gets some big dragon wing coming out of their back, and starts flying towards the center mass to attempt to disable it.
And so definitely as those wings spring up around you, you have dragged the attention of the things in the room. We'll have you roll initiative, but we will start this combat next week.
Sure. Interestingly enough,
everyone in.
The activation is only concentrate for this one, but that's fine.
It's still obvious.
It's enough
the point.
to, I got big wings coming out of my back. Yeah, I understand. I'm like, oh, look.
I'm assuming you did a mock dragon roar, because why would you not if you're doing this?
This should be too high or too. My dice are doing weird things. I don't know why.
I will roll.
Can you add 2
Bea's?
to my initiative? I apologize.
Sure. Okay, so, and we need to add 2 to yours before I forget. Let me do that right now. Okay, so with a roar, the fire sword wielding demon in the middle of the room screams out to the rest, "The invaders are here. Get them all. Feed them to the forges. Make our Lord Tree Raiser proud." And we will see you all next week.